3-part docuseries on Hulu. And it's about like the rise and fall of Von Dutch, the clothing line.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the commercials.
I don't want to like spoil anything for anybody or you, but it's insane. It's crazy. I think I've seen the first part, like the first episode, and it's like mind-boggling what was going on. It's definitely worth your time. It's a very good watch.
All right. You said that's on Hulu?
Yeah, and I think there's a couple. I'm not sure if all 3 parts are on there, but I know like 1 or 2 are on there for sure.
Okay. I'm definitely going to check that out. I was pretty curious because that goes back to like when we were kids, and it was such a weird like trend.
It was, dude. All those like Paris Hilton and Tommy Lee rocking those ugly ass trucker hats.
Yeah. Nicole Richie, all of them.
Yeah, dude. Check it out. It's good.
It's like that Ed Hardy shit. That's like, what?
Yes. And then another rec of mine is kind of going along with the theme I've been doing with the Christmas season, is my 2 favorite Christmas episodes of The Office, which are one of them is the Secret Santa episode. It's like season 6, episode 13. And the other is the Classy Christmas episode. It's like season 7, episode 10 and 11. I'll put those on just because it's Christmas and I love The Office and they're great episodes. And both episodes are super cringe and awkward with Michael. Yeah. Have you seen those episodes?
I have not.
No?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I have not watched very much of The Office.
Okay, sorry listeners, but I'm about to get off the...
Yeah, never mind.
No, that's all good. But no, those episodes are classic in my opinion. So yeah, check those episodes out, the Christmas episodes. And then my final rec, I'm sure you have it on your list too,
yeah,
is Spider-Man No Way Home. I went to go see it on Thursday night. It was everything I could fucking wish for in a superhero movie. I love movies that, like, sometimes movies do like the route where they're trying to, service the fans and it doesn't work. But this is a fan service and it fucking blows everything out of the water. Like, it's great. I want to go see, I'm going to try and go see it again. But yeah, if you haven't, please go and see it before anything is spoiled for you, because I know there's a bunch of assholes out there. Yeah, what are your recs? Because I know.
Well, I'll drop that one too. Mine, I obviously wanted to. I got to see Spider-Man this past weekend, which I was really, really fortunate and stoked that nobody ruined anything for me. So I actually got to experience it the way that it's intended. So pretty rad. It's a great film. It exceeded my expectations in pretty much every way possible. I definitely think it's like one of the strongest in just like with all the Spider-Man stuff.
Oh yeah,
because it's so, it gets very meta and self-aware in a lot of ways, and just a lot of stuff goes down. Yes. And it just feels epic and crazy, and you know, it's super long, but you don't really feel it. Like, it's very evenly paced, and I really enjoyed, not to, obviously I won't spoil anything, but I enjoyed Tom Holland and Zendaya's chemistry together. It felt like it was good.
It was, yeah. No, I liked, I think that her performance in the last two have been, like, okay. They were, you know...
She's not really doing any... She's just being, being annoyed. And she's like, yeah, whatever, Peter. Like, fuck you.
and this one actually gives her... it does. She does a lot in it. And like you said, you don't want to spoil anything or anything, but they both fucking rock, and like you said, the chemistry is awesome. Everyone is awesome in it, including Marissa Tomei.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Enough Spider-Man before we ruin something.
Yeah, we'll have to jump off that. My next one is it's available on Prime if you have Prime out there. It's a brand new film called The Ride. Have you heard about it yet?
No, I haven't.
So basically, it tells the true story of basically this young kid who comes from an abusive home, and he's basically raised as with white supremacy ideals, and so he ends up going to like this juvenile hall place until, you know, where they keep kids and until they try to adopt him out. And he ends up staying in there for so long, and then he finally gets he has a probationary period where this family is going to take him in, and he has to be on his best behavior for a year, or else he'll go back to that delinquent center or whatever you want to call it. And the catch is that these new foster parents are an interracial couple, and it's and the dad or the father figure is ludicrous. So it's pretty crazy.
Why have I not heard of this? It's brand new?
Yeah, it's brand new.
Oh, wow.
And it's based in a true story, and basically this kid is trying to turn his life around, and he gets into into BMX.
Huh.
And it's I guess a true story. So it's definitely a pretty powerful film. I wasn't sure if it was how I was gonna feel about it, but it's definitely worth checking out. And if I were you, I would do the same.
Yeah, definitely gotta check that out.
The Ride on Prime right now.
Nice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Let me put a disclaimer out there that I know this film has been out for a while, but before we get started, if you don't want anything spoiled for you, please press pause, go check it out. It's on Peacock right now. So just be warned that we are going to have some spoilery conversations moving forward. Alright. So our main focus is Brothers. It's from 2009. It's rated R. It runs at 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it's got a 64 on Rotten. It's written by David Benoff and directed by Jim Sheridan, who, if you didn't know, actually directed Get Rich or Die Trying.
Early Swan facts.
Starring Natalie Portman as Grace Cahill, Sam Shepard as Hank Cahill, Clifton Collins Jr. as Major Cavazos, Bailey Madison as Isabel Cahill, Tobey Maguire as Captain Sam Cahill, and Jake Gyllenhaal as Tommy Cahill. The film is centered around a young Marine, Sam, who is deployed back to Afghanistan and presumed dead after a horrific helicopter accident, leaving his ex-con brother Tommy to look after his family. But as Tommy starts to reshape his life and find new hope in those Sam left behind, we soon find out perhaps Sam hasn't perished after all. Brothers starts off as a hard-edged family drama with elements of a war picture. However, as we see Maguire's character return from a devastating prisoner of war scenario, it quickly transforms into somewhat of a psychological thriller, which explores the effects of PTSD, and not just one individual, but for an entire family structure. The writing is brilliantly crafted in this, as everything depends on the dialogue we are given to keep us invested, and with this ensemble cast, there is no problem with that whatsoever, as every single character manages to elevate the story as we progress through it. Director Jim Sheridan is known for his family drama style, and Brothers is no exception to that, as he used the 2004 Danish film of the same name as his source material for this project. Being released December 4th, 2009, the film was met with mixed reviews, with most giving praise to the film's three main leads. On a budget of $26 million, the film pulled in $43.5 million. Films rarely take these kinds of risks, and for what this film does and presents, in my opinion, it's not regarded high enough. So if you have the chance and are looking for something more obscure with some big time names, look no further than Brothers, streaming now for free via Peacock. Thank you. You just watched it like super recently, so it's very fresh in your mind. What, any lingering thoughts about this?
I mean, obviously, right off the bat, like Toby's performance is the obvious standout. You kind of almost I mean, at least I do. You kind of forget that it is him with the performance he does and how well he does it. But and everyone is like that. Like it just feels very grounded and real. And I think that's attributed to Natalie Portman and Jake Gyllenhaal and Maguire's performances. So yeah, right off the top, I mean, that does, like, those three performances make the movie. And it's a very a very real topic that it tackles. More times than not, it's people that come back from things like that end up like that, and it does a great job of showing the different aspects and different of that person coming back and dealing with it. But yeah, what made you wanna do this movie?
I just thought it was because, thinking about this movie, a lot of at least the exterior shots, it's like very, like, there's a lot of snow and it's clearly winter time. So I thought it was, it would be a cool movie to talk about during the holidays. The cast is stacked, even from Sam Shepard roles, you know what I mean? And Bailey Madison, I don't know if you remember, she's in the second Strangers film, Pray at Night.
Yeah.
As a little girl, she's fucking solid in this. I have no idea how they got that performance out of her. It's fucking crazy.
It's fucking haunting.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, it's crazy.
And, the obvious rumors of Mr. Toby happening. I thought it would be a cool thing to talk about.
I see what you did there.
I thought it would be a cool little tip of the hat of, for us, because this movie, at least for him, it's not like either nobody's heard of it or they're just like, oh yeah, it's whatever, you know. Because I feel like getting into the story, and we'll go through a little bit more, but